What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing today? I have the glare in the glasses from the screen, and I know a lot of you don't like it, but I cannot find my black glasses, and I need them because I'm going to be doing reading today. So hopefully they're not too distracting. I know, but I need them. So hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Crazy Cram Chick, and this is my little YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a good Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. And today is the 16th of August, and today in Arizona it's 91 degrees. Yesterday it was 88, today is 91. I told you guys the weather is crazy out here. But I'm in a hoodie because we keep the AC on 24/7 and I am freezing. So let me know where you guys are from. Is it hot? Is it cold? What are you guys doing right now besides watching me? I got my vitamin C. Are you sipping on anything? And look at this cup. It says, don't ever give up. Get it? Don't. I don't know. I thought it was funny and I thought it was super cute. Vitamin C for me today. No coffee, no coffee, no coffee. Let me get to chat. Let me share my screen with you guys. We're going to kind of get this started really quick today. Scott, if you're here and if you're going to stay till the end, Scott, I need you to let me know when we hit that hour mark. So once I start going through, let's say from 5 minutes from now, let me know when we hit the hour mark. I know I always tell you guys it's not going to be a long one. 2.5 hours later, we're still here. But today I really need to be off by a certain time. I got an hour and a half with you guys, but I do got to drop off my daughter for a school event. So I really need to be off. So hello to everybody in chat. Thank you guys for being here with me. Let me say hi really quick to some of you. I think I seen Valerie was here, Insanely Confused. Anna D is back in the house. Good to have you here, Anna. Mal Mac is back. Good to have you. And Mal Mac, I think you've been here also with every live I've done with this case. So thank you for the support. Hi, Kristen C. How are you doing today? We got beautiful Carly in the house. Twisted Gemini. I don't think I've seen you in chat before. Are you new here? Let's see. I'm in Florida. It's 90 out at the moment, but it feels like 100. Well, I haven't been outside technically. I did a drop off for my youngin, but it was still kind of cool. But I haven't been out since then. So it's probably like death outside right now in Arizona. That's what I call our heat. It's death. It's not hot. It's death. It's like hotter than fish grease out here. We got Shell Bow. How are you doing? South Central Pennsylvania. Hey, what's up? Getting ready to strip some paint while listening. Ooh, that's cool. Are you a painter? We got Alicia back in the house. Scott says, no, you, Scott. Scott, you're like Scott the family here, so you. We got John in the house. Yes, if you guys can please just smash this video, I appreciate it. It helps with the algorithm, and plus it does help with getting this case pushed out there. So please, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Hey, Matt, I emailed you back. Not sure if you've seen it yet. We got Sunny in the house. In Mesa. Law enforcement has not put anything out about that. So again, we talked about that yesterday. I haven't seen no real updates with that. Again, that's going to be coming from someone giving a creator information. But as far as law enforcement, not sure what is the follow-up with that. So, you know, I'm always iffy with information, you guys, just to be honest with you, because unfortunately, you know, we've been doing this for a really long time. You guys have seen it with other channels. I've seen it with other channels. People will say things to people, to creators, and it will be false information that they're giving. I don't know why people fuck around like that with active and open investigations, but unfortunately, some people do. Not saying that's the case with this one, but I'm always just iffy with information unless I'm the one seeing it. Like if there would have been a photo of that car, then it would be different. Also, keep in mind that, you know, there are cameras all around right there in Mesa. I'm not sure the location, but they said Circle K, and I was thinking Mesa, Circle K. Yeah, there's probably going to be cameras right there. You know, I am in Arizona, Mesa. I'm always out there. I wish I would have known the exact Circle K because I could have just drove out there myself and seen the location and been like, yep, there's a camera here. There, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm just waiting for law enforcement to say something on that. So just want to say that really quick. Hey, Jens, we got Florida in the house. Florida from Florida. He says I like my hot Florida summer and fall, nice and warm in January when the rest of the country is freezing. Here's the thing. I like summer because I love to swim. I'm a fish. I love to swim. I love to tan. You guys know I love my margaritas by the pool. But like I said, Arizona heat is just a different type of heat. It is death. So unless you're in the pool, but then if you don't have your pool covered, the water does get warm, and that is no fun. I'm looking forward to wearing leggings, a cardigan, my boots. I'm looking forward to that. Ladies, let me know if you are too. 6 a.m. and it's 80. Oh no. Oh no. All right, you guys. So anybody else in the chat? I know there's a lot of you. Lauren, I want to say hi to Lauren because Lauren has been here with me every time I go live. And Lauren's photo, Miss Summer Wells. I want to do another live with Summer Wells. I know there's no breaking information with it, but I do just want to do another live stream with it just so we can talk about it and just continue keeping her face out there. I know, you know, there's not much really to report on as far as, you know, what's going on with the case, but I don't think there's anything wrong with just revisiting it for a live stream just to keep her face out there and her name out there. All right, so I'm going to just scroll all the way down. Usually I go and I say hi to every single one of you, but like I said, today I am on a crunch limit. So if I didn't say hi to you, one big hello to you. And if you watch the replay, thanks for choosing this video to watch. So, Apache Junks. Oh, you're out there. Okay. I was out there looking at cars last week with my daughter. We were going out there to look for cars. Karma's a bitches in the house. What's up? Hey, Karma. All right. So let's go and just check to see what's going on. Let me get that off the screen. And let's just go and see any updates from Placer, right? Placer County Sheriff's Office. So let me refresh this just to see if they're giving us anything new today. Let me move this around. Give me a second, guys. Okay. All right, so they posted something 48 minutes ago. Let me just read this to you guys, and then we'll get started with the live stream. But it says today is August 16th, 2022. Today is day 11. Day 11, you guys, that a 16-year-old goes to a party where there's 200 or 300 people, youngins and adults, and she has vanished. 11 days. And her vehicle still has not been found. I'm just going to say either, I know you guys might disagree, either it's in that water or it's in someone's garage, or I don't know. Those are the two things I'm thinking of. But today is day 11 of the investigation for 16-year-old Kiely Rodni. The Placer County Sheriff's Office in Nevada County Sheriff's Office continues to deploy numerous resources to locate Kiely and her vehicle. Kiely was reported missing on August 6th after she attended a party with 200 or 300 juveniles and young adults. I don't know why I said it like that. At the Placer Family Campground in Nevada County. Now, the Placer County Sheriff's Office is leading a task force of detectives from local, state, and federal agencies. Today, they continue to follow up on leads and conduct interviews, they say. The figure outlined above are reflected of the investigation and the search and rescue efforts from August 15th, which would have been yesterday. And then it does say, okay, so they're not having there's going to be no community meeting today and no press conference planned at this time. So interesting, because every single day it feels like, except for I don't think they did one on Sunday, but usually since this happened, I think almost every single day they've been giving us some kind of briefing with a press conference, but none today. They probably have nothing to give us. But I feel like with every presser, they give us nothing. So no press conference today with that. All right. Oh, you know what? Let me see. Let me scroll down. Okay, so they have, you guys can probably hear the plane going around. Can you wonder where they're going right now? Whenever you see a plane, do you ever wonder, where are they going? Take me with you. Okay, so update for the search. So let's see. So far, it has been 15,870. Oh, Jesus Christ. Is it really loud on your end? Is it loud? Is it loud on your end, you guys? It is loud. Okay. We're going to wait until they pass by. Okay. So they have 15,000, they've spent 15,870 personal hours. Personnel assigned 102. Number of tips as of when this is posted. They have 1,100 number of tips. That's a lot of tips, you guys. That's a lot of tips. And then it goes over the agencies that are helping. I'm not going to read every single one, but there is quite a few that are assisting. I did see that what are they called? The ones that come and search the water. You guys can say the name. They have a YouTube channel. Oh my gosh. Talk about a brain fart right now. Put it in the chat for me. They're actually going to assist with the search for Kiely. They actually are canceling some things and they're coming out and they're going to search. They were going to wait till the end of the month, but I've seen that so many people are contacting them that they have now decided to actually come out and help now. So not sure when they're going to actually get there, but it's going to be sooner than we expected. So put the name of who I'm talking about in the chat, please, so I'm not like in the back of my brain trying to figure it out. All right. Now this right here, this is something they let us know yesterday at the presser, which we're going to just watch really quick. It's not that long, but I do want to watch it because it is information, regardless if it's information that I think is important, not important, in my opinion, don't matter, but we're going to still watch it. But they did let us know about this. They says that they have confirmed that Kiely's vehicle has a Ram sticker. So remember Sam said bull, so I'm like, it's a bull. It looked like a bull. Everybody's like, it's a ram. Tomato. But it is a ram sticker. And it's right below the rear wiper blade. Now it says, as the investigation into Kiely's disappearance continues, they urge the public to call the tip line immediately if they spot her 2013 Honda CRV. Now it says that the same sticker, it's under the rear wiper blade. Now it says they believe it's an identifying attribute of her vehicle, having the sticker right there. And of course, that's the picture of the sticker. You know what I thought was interesting though with this was that we were talking about this sticker literally in our first live stream. And that was when, I don't even know. Everybody on YouTube I know was talking about this sticker, and then they're barely confirming it right now 10 days later. I was like, this should have been something that was put out immediately from law enforcement. So I don't know, but that's just my opinion. Now, again, important, I always like to say this, is her license plate. It's a California license plate, and the number is 8YUR127. I'm probably going to have that memorized by the end of this case. I'm not even kidding you. Okay. All right, let me see what you guys, exactly, Matt. I thought the same thing. I do not understand why it took them 10 days to give us something. And that would be important information, I feel like. Let me know what you guys think in the chat, though. That is important information to put out with her vehicle. There's a sticker, besides the license plate, which I think is really important, but also that sticker on there, you know. But hey, we got it now. Valerie says she has it memorized. I know. I agree with Nurse Bev. And hello. Hi, Lynn. I don't know who AW. Oh, is that? Hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying in chat. Adventures with Purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I don't know. I watched it too, and I just totally blanked out. Scott says, I mentioned they needed to contact them immediately because if her vehicle and body are in the water, time is essential. Longer in water, less evidence. Yes, I completely agree on that. And I think they also mentioned something that because she's been missing already for 10 days, I know that in their post they mentioned something like that. You guys are all, thank you guys all for that. You guys are all saying it. Thank you. En route. Yes. Yes, and my dog is crying at the door, but he's not coming in today. Okay, so let's watch this presser. We're going to watch this, and if you're watching this on the replay, just so you know, we're going to watch the presser, and then we're going to get into the timeline. Now, can you guys hear him at the door? Oh my gosh, I'm not going to have him come in here. Oh, shoot, it's my daughter's school. Give me 1 second, you guys, please. How do I mute? Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. They never called me, so I had to take that. My heart was like, okay, why are they calling me right now? Okay, I got sidetracked. Okay, so we're going to get into the timeline also. I did make the timeline for you guys, and we're going to get into that. So, all right, I guess it's a video. Okay, so... OMG, I thought that was my stroller. No, I also let the dog in. That's my dog. He likes to be in here, Amber, whenever I'm live. I shut the door and he'll always cry at the door to come in here. So I guess he likes listening to these cases too. So he's right here. He's right there. She said she thought that was okay. So let's watch this. I'm going to hit play. It would be good if I was sharing the right my daughter's school threw me off. Sorry, guys. It'd be good if I was sharing the right screen with you. Hold on. This one, yes. Yeah, Stephanie, everything is okay. Everything's okay. I have to have, they're having conferences, so I guess they were calling to let us know it's going to be when my appointment would be, but they normally don't call for that. They usually email stuff like that. So I just was like, that mom and me. Okay, sorry. Let's go.
Amount of resources dedicated to the search, there is still no sign of 16-year-old Kiely Rodni.
Investigators say 50 detectives are dedicated to working tips, and they still need witnesses and video from the teen party the night she disappeared. Now, this afternoon, they said they will soon transition from searches to investigating leads. Here's CBS 13's Dina Kupfer.
As the search for Kiely Rodni enters its 10th day, the Placer County Sheriff's Office says there is still no sign of the 16-year-old or her car.
Every day is almost like starting back at square one.
Public Information Officer Angela Musalem says they have no promising leads, despite the more than 1,100 tips they've received thus far.
The Prosser Family Campground is the last known location that we know so far in our investigation where she was last seen. And so as a result of that, we have been heavily combing that area.
Now, I want to play this because I want you guys to really listen to what the public information officer is stating. because she's going to go over also the phone information. But she's saying that the Prosser campground is going to be the last known location of where Kiely would have been.
Investigators say that is where her phone last pinged after midnight on August 6th.
We still have searchers out there today because that's where she was last seen before her phone either turned off or the battery died.
Detectives from local state.
So you heard her say it there, either from her phone being turned off or the battery died. Now, I just want to take a couple of seconds to talk about that. So either the phone turned off, someone turned it off. Okay. So either somebody manually shut that shit off or the phone died. And this is just my opinion, I am having a hard time of that phone just dying and not being recharged. Why? Because we know based off of, and Scott, I was going to reply to your comment right here, but I'm just going to say it. I agree with what you said about the dog. But let's think about it. Sam says that, here we go. Sam said that they went back to the vehicle to charge. Kiely wanted to charge her phone. So as many teenagers, their phone is everything. And her going back to the vehicle and charging the phone tells me that, you know, she was aware of her phone maybe being low battery, and she cared enough to put it back on that charger. So that tells us one, too, that she had a car charger, right? So her phone just dying, you would think once she gets in her vehicle, she's going to plug that phone in. Unless somebody immediately was with her in her car and she couldn't plug it in. I'm just having a hard time to believe that, though. So I don't know. I do not think her phone died. That's just my opinion. I feel like she cared enough to be charging that phone. I don't have an iPhone. I don't know what her phone percentage was at. You know, you guys have iPhones. Maybe do they die easily? I don't know. I know my current phone I have, it could be at 5% and it can last me. But again, I don't know about her phone. But she cared enough to charge her phone, to go back to the vehicle. She's charging it. And then within a short time frame, it goes dead. But then keep in mind, she has to physically get back in her car, right? There's a charger in her car. Everybody, first thing you do, you plug your phone in. So I don't know. I personally feel like someone shut that phone off. That's just my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. I don't know. Or if it went underwater. Those are the only two things. But we're going to get more into why I'm having a hard time with that one in just a bit when we go more through the timeline. But I'm just not buying her phone died. But I wanted to play this for you guys because this is something that a lot of people have been wondering, like, was her phone shut off? You know, but you heard it from the public information officer. It was either turned off, someone shut it off, or it died. Okay. One or the other. I just feel like if it died, first thing she would have done is charge it. And if she crashed and went into the water, like the comment I just seen, still her phone would have been on though. It would have been put back on. Do you know what I mean? Like it would have turned off. She would have got in her vehicle, plugged it back on, turned it on, because normally you plug it in and the first thing you do goes hand in hand. Plug it in. What do you guys do? Boom, you turn it back on, right? And I don't know if iPhones automatically turn on or do you have to push it to the power to turn on? I'm not sure. I'm sure you guys can answer that, but it goes hand in hand there. So it would be back on though. You would get more activity, I would feel, after that 12:33 mark, right? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out with you guys. Ellison says, hi, Ellison. She also says that I think someone texted Kiely's mom and threw her phone in the water. We're going to get more into that when we actually go through the timeline. Alicia says, I absolutely think somebody shut her phone off. Put a 1 in chat if you think someone shut her phone off, or a 2 if it died. Okay. Now, I know some think, well, what if it went in the water? But then again, she would have had to get into her vehicle. And I mean, Kylie cared enough about her phone that she was charging it. If we didn't hear that she was going in the car and charging her phone, then maybe my thinking would be a little bit different. But knowing that she's aware of her phone needing to be charged, she cared enough about that. I'm going to only assume that this 16-year-old, when she gets in her car, if her phone died before she got, to be in her vehicle, she's going to plug it in. I mean, and I know people will be like, well, she was drinking, she was intoxicated. I just feel still she would have plugged her phone in. So I'm seeing 1, 1, 3. Matt, what are you thinking? Is it 3 water, or you don't know? Mal Max says she's a 3 with an LOL. We got a 1 there. Hold on. Let me start from the top. April says a 1. Teresa, 1. Scott, 1. Nurse Bev, 1. Also, if you're watching on the replay, comment a 1 if you think her phone was shut off, a 2 if you think it died, or 3. What's 3, guys? We don't know, or water? Sunny says 2. Shalbow says 1. Jacqueline, 1. Al, 1. Lynn, 1. Karma is a bitch. And she says, hi, I'm Karma. It says 1. Sandra, 1. Lauren, a 1. Amelia, what's up, girl? Says a 1. Melmac, a 2. Cat Eyes, 1. Stephanie, 1. Vicky, a 1. Mercy, my cousin's name is Mercy. She says, or they could have shut her phone off near the water and then they never turned it back on. Well, keep in mind too, from the presser, they told us that the location where it's pinged off of would have been near water, but also on land. Like the distance between the two was the same. So to me, that doesn't mean she was in the water or she went in the water at all, the way they explained it. I know some people took that as, oh, she went in the water, but I took it as, no, it's near the water, but also on land. It's like, I feel like that's smack right there in the middle between the two is how I took that information. So I see, so a lot of you are 1. Again, Matt and Mal says 3. 1 beautiful queen says 1. Nurse Bev says, I'm old and I plug it in immediately. Twisted says 3. Just so Matt's saying he believes it was destroyed. Okay, so Matt thinks that the phone was destroyed. So you're thinking thrown in the water, destroyed, right? Or you mean like destroyed, like someone broke it, threw it and broke it? You know me, I need exact explanation. Mal says, I don't think it had time to recharge. So you think that something immediately, when she gets in her vehicle, she plugged it in and something immediately happened. And remember, when we look at the timeline, we're dealing with such a small crunch time with what happened. Water would shut phone down. Yes. Amber says she can't decide yet, but possible. Hey, Liz, what is up? She says a 1. Oh, okay. She says, my name is Mercedes. Mercy is my nickname. It's a pretty name. Okay, so Teresa is saying that the phone was off, then taken apart, and SIM card removed and phone into pieces. Okay. Yes. And this is the thing that I am struggling with also, Scott, is not once has law enforcement said, that there was tire marks that led them towards an area they see, or, the brushes around look damaged, no information from her vehicle that points that she went into the water. Nothing. Shit, I'll take a branch being broken by now. You know what I mean? There's nothing that's been given to us that leads them to believe she actually is in there. What I get from the presser and everything that they've been saying is that because her phone last pinged there at that location, they're searching that location, which would make sense because you have the body of water right there. So that makes sense. You know, you're hearing she was intoxicated. You know, I mean, when I first immediately heard the story, let me know what you guys immediately thought. But I thought, okay, she's intoxicated. She gets in her vehicle. She's 16. It's dark out there. You know, she probably was driving and unfortunately crashed and went in the water, or she, you know, got, you know, she wasn't clear where she was going, went into the water, you know. But I mean, now that with everything we're hearing, that's completely not where my mind's going anymore, because there's no evidence leading to that besides her pinging at the party. But again, I can be completely wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. Okay. So our last case scenario, Sammy and her friends took her life. But that is at least likely to her. All right, let me finish playing this and then we can watch the presser and get into the timeline.
State and federal agencies continue to follow up on new leads and conduct interviews, dedicating hundreds of hours to the search. These pictures show the Washoe County Sheriff's dive team focusing their efforts in and around Prosser Lake on Saturday, August 13th. The Placer County Sheriff's Office released this photo over the weekend of a sweatshirt Kiely was wearing the night she went missing.
The mother told us that she was wearing that sweatshirt during the party. And we do have video that confirmed that.
It's unclear whether Kiely was wearing that sweatshirt.
Oh, I must have missed that part of that. And I listened to this. So the mother, Kiely's mother, told her that she was wearing this hoodie at the party. Oh, interesting. Interesting that the mother said it. And they got video of it. Sorry, that just threw me off. I did not hear that the first time. Okay, so mom said that she was wearing this hoodie. Okay, and then they got video to confirm it.
Sweatshirt when she was last seen, but the sheriff's office hopes this sparks someone's memory who perhaps saw Kiely wearing it at the campground. Investigators continue to ask the public to submit new pictures and videos that could help in their effort to bring Kiely home.
And again, investigators say this week they are going to focus more on investigating tips instead of the search, but they're still dedicated to this search. The Placer Sheriff's Office has a link where
Give me a second. My mind went somewhere. I need to write it down before I forget. Hold on. Give me a minute. All right. I can't forget this right here with this case. Hold on. This is something I need to look up. Sorry. Okay. All right. My mind is always going. I'll hear something and I'll be like, I'll remember I seen something over here. And then I'm like, what? I have to write it down. I have to look this up after. Okay. So let's look at this. And thank you guys for being here. If you have not already, hit that like button. Please do. Now I'm going to let this play and I'm not going to really stop it for the most part. I want to be in chat and kind of talk to you guys and answer some questions and stuff like that. So just know that I might stop it once or twice.
Okay. Good afternoon. I'm Angela Musalam, the Public Information Officer for the Placer County Sheriff's Office. I'm joined by our Unified Command today, and we're providing an update on the investigation and search for Kiely Rodni. I'd like to first introduce Nevada County Sheriff's Captain Sam Brown for the latest on the search and rescue efforts.
Good afternoon, everybody. So obviously our search for Kiely continues, and we're trying to do the best that we can to keep things moving in a positive way and attempt to find some clues and locate some idea of where we need to get to. We've been working pretty close with the family, trying to make sure that we're providing them with up-to-date information, but also try to protect from a lot of the ups and downs that have occurred throughout this whole ordeal. We are still looking for any clues, videos, tips, any information to help us to put pieces together and help us to direct where we're going and how we're going to continue to do a search. We are moving into a more limited but continuous search and rescue effort. We've pulled in a ton of resources towards that goal, and I think to date we've had over like 9,000 man hours into searching, which is pretty astronomical. Our biggest problem is where do we go and how do we keep sustaining this? And so we do have some plans that were continued. Our team, our overhead team, worked extremely hard into long hours and continues to work to this day on creating plans that we can continue to follow up on. But we are going to have to switch modes and kind of focus on the investigative end and try to figure out where do we go from there. We still want all eyes and ears out there. We're coming into hunting season. We're hoping for people to have eyes out all over the place, and we're going to continue to put all of our efforts in as a unified command and continue to try to do our best as we move forward. So in the last 10 days that we've been searching, there's been an incredible effort. There's too many agencies, too many people to thank, but it has been pretty astronomical, the resources from air support to ground support to divers and swimmers and you name it. We probably called and asked for it. And I would say that the majority of resources came in a relatively quick period of time. As we start to transition into more of the background investigative stuff that's been going on and really putting emphasis on that, we continue to work with the detectives. The Nevada County Sheriff's Office is highly invested in that end, as we have been from the very beginning. And we're going to continue to try to do the best that we can to keep things moving forward. The biggest thing that I'd like to say from our end on the search effort is we really appreciate the outpouring of support that's been from the community, from the family, and everything that's been going on. The community members and even folks from outside the community coming in to help look for Kiely and continue doing that search on their own as well is extremely important and has helped us with a lot of, hey, where should we go and how do we do it? I've never seen such great support, but I want to make sure that everybody stays in a positive mode and continues to move forward, because we still need people to have their eyes and ears out there and keep working towards the goal. And our goal, which has never changed from the beginning, is to find Kiely Rodni. Thanks.
I'd like to now introduce Placer County Sheriff's Lieutenant Josh Barnhart for the most recent update on the investigation.
Good afternoon. I would like to also thank Kiely's family for their continued support in this effort. It has truly been a feat. I'd like to commend the community for coming together to support us and all of their search and rescue efforts. I'd like to commend our own search and rescue and detectives, and also you, our media partners, for helping us put out the word about Kiely. We are committed to following through on all the tips that we receive. We are continuing to investigate leads from those tips. Today, we have 50 plus detectives that are out and about interviewing and following up on those tips. We've married up with the FBI, our detectives in the FBI, to go out and do that. Another request is for more video. If anyone has more video that they have not submitted, please, there's no small amount of information for us. And more witness accounts from the party. If you have not come forward, if you were there and you saw something, please come forward and let us know. In closing, I'd like to say that we're putting the pedal down, that we're continuing to move forward this week, and that after this week, we will be modifying things to a task force style. That means our resources will continue to move forward, but in somewhat of a different manner. Thank you.
As many of you are aware, yesterday we
And how he says that in the next coming weeks, how they're going to make the search more into like a task force. You hear this a lot with any, with any missing person. They have a huge search with all these agencies, at first, and then unfortunately it just can't continue like that, weeks and weeks and weeks and months. So what we're going to be seeing probably is it's going to get shorter with who's helping with the search and everything like that. We've seen that with, the Summer Wells case, huge search, and then it was like, bam, it just all stopped. But with Summer Wells, I feel like it all stopped, but that's another case. But unfortunately, this is what we see with a lot of cases. They don't have the manpower to continue doing it because of budget. So if she's not found soon, we're going to see less and less and less and less of the search. In my opinion, we see it all the time.
We put out an updated photo on a sweatshirt that Kiely was seen wearing at the party Friday evening. Just to provide some clarification on that, we did receive a video evidence showing Kiely at the party wearing the white sweatshirt you see to my left. To clear up any confusion, that same day, Kiely was loaned that black sweatshirt you see above the first sweatshirt. And we never detailed or said that she was wearing the black sweatshirt. We believe that Kiely was in possession of the black sweatshirt at some point during that evening, but we have received video evidence showing Kiely wearing the black sweatshirt, and she was seen at the party. I'm sorry, the white sweatshirt, excuse me. So I just wanted to clarify that portion. We've also received confirmation that there is a RAM sticker that is located on the back of Kiely's vehicle, right underneath the rear wiper blade. So we believe this is very important information for the community and anybody in the area who continues to call in any tips to see if they can clarify that they also.
This comment, I want to stop because I want to address it. Malmax says that she would sure love to see the picture of Kiely in this pink and white hoodie. They have evidence of it, right? And I also wondered why didn't we get footage of that? Why do you guys think? Why aren't we getting? We got the footage of her at the Truckee, at the business in Truckee, right? On the 5th. Why aren't they releasing a still image of her wearing the pink and white hoodie? That was something I thought was interesting. They give us just a photo of the hoodie, but I would have thought and really liked if they gave us her in the hoodie and then, a picture of the hoodie. But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting they didn't give that to us.
Also see a RAM sticker on the back of Kiely's vehicle. That was one notable thing that we've noticed. As you know, we remain committed to finding Kiely. That is all the information we have to share right now. We will continue to share any updates as they come and as we are able to release them to the public, to our social media accounts. So at this point, the press conference will conclude. We will limit questions to the press only and 2 questions per reporter in the interest of time, because we would like to get our command staff back to the incident command posts so they can continue their investigation.
Just one. Why, someone asked me why they haven't sent an Amber Alert yet. Is it because they didn't meet the criteria?
So that question was answered very extensively, about 4 or 5 days in a row. I can have the California Highway Patrol elaborate on that if you can. Thank you.
Sergeant Strecker with the California Highway Patrol in Truckee, and essentially, yes, there's very detailed and specific criteria for Amber Alerts. And as much as we might want to get that information out, the specifications on what has to be met in order to meet that wasn't there. We, I think, collectively agree that the big social media push and whatnot that we've had has certainly reached a tremendous amount of people. So I personally feel very comfortable that our outreach in that capacity has accomplished what we could have accomplished with the Amber Alert. And certainly if things do change and that criteria changes, we would again apply for it and see if that'll happen from Sacramento.
You said possibly moving forward in a little bit of a different way. Can you say what that means in terms of personnel and search groups?
Sure, I'll have Lieutenant Josh Barnhart answer that question.
I figured that would come up. So we've identified lead investigators from each agency, Placer County Sheriff, Nevada County Sheriff, CHP, Truckee PD, the FBI, and we will be moving forward in a task force manner. That means that with these leads, we'll be able to cycle personnel through rather than having a large group of personnel here. It doesn't mean the investigation is going to stop. It will continue to move forward. I hope that answers your question.
JD, has there been any change of position by the adults that have advised the teens not to speak? We talked about this a few days ago, that this was a very important part, that there was adults advising the teens that were at the party not to speak and contact authorities. Has there been any change in position with that?
I don't know that that's readily apparent. We only received several reports a few days ago, and since then we haven't received additional reports, but that doesn't mean that people are still telling, other teens potentially or young adults to not come forward. Our detectives and the FBI investigators are extremely committed to interviewing as many people as possible who went to that party, and they continue to do so today.
Thank you.
When I first heard that about adults telling these teens not to come forward, that blew my effing mind. That blew my mind. I can't believe that people are trying to keep them from talking. It's just mind blowing. And I agree, Teresa, on your comment, 100% what you just said and what's on the screen. I love him.
To follow up on that question, has anyone interviewed by the FBI in the surrounding area been uncooperative with investigators?
I'm going to let Lieutenant Barnhart answer that question.
I would say for the most part, everyone's been very cooperative, yes. And like I said, thank you to the community. Many people have come forward and given us information, but we haven't run into very large roadblocks with people not wanting to give us information. I think what JD was talking about was probably an isolated incident that we were able to get past.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Does anybody know what he was talking about right there? I was trying to research and see if I can find where that came from. He says for the most part, people have been cooperating. And then he talks about, oh, you're probably talking about that one isolated incident. Does anyone know what he's talking about? What isolated incident is this? I'm trying to find out what were they talking about. Anyone know? Comment if you do. If you're watching the replay and comment. Also, if you do comment, just let me know where you're getting it from so I can go look at it myself. Thank you.
In the future, will you be able to release the image of Kiely wearing the pink and white shirt?
That's up to the investigators, but at this point, we don't want to compromise the investigation. So this was the only photo we were able to release. Any more questions?
Since the investigation is proceeding in a different way, will there continue to be press conferences and community meetings in the future?
We will not be holding a community meeting today, but we will hold press conferences as needed.
Am I allowed one more question?
Sure.
I have a question from the public, from my listeners.
Sure.
That went out and searched and used the CalTopo. And they want to ask that in what capacity have you used their searches within your searches? there, Captain Brown?
Yeah, JD, thanks. That's a great question. And I would still put emphasis that even as the search goes into a limited and continuous like mode, that map is still accessible. So anybody that's going out for the length of time that we don't have answers, I would recommend like logging on and throwing those tracks out there. So ultimately, when search and rescue operates, there's an overhead team that designs plans and creates them. And we do that based off of information from the investigation, information from the map that folks are going out and using. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that we don't go out and say search that same area, which is also why we told people, that it doesn't matter if we went and searched somewhere. If you go and search it again, you could literally be standing on a cliffside and not see something that's on the other side based on trees and terrain and rocks and all kinds of various things. And it's happened in many searches and many areas. And so that still remains a huge possibility. But those tracks are taken into consideration as they come in of, okay, what kind of resource or what kind of push do we go? And is there really good coverage and is the land flat? Then that might indicate something versus if on a topographical map, if there's more slant and slope, and even though people may have walked on the top end, maybe we still need air support to get better eyes on it. But I would say that it has been a tremendous tool. It was fairly innovative from the team that's doing things. And CalTopo, for us, for search and rescue, has always been a huge help. And just adding more tracks and more information doesn't always give us the answers, but it gives us an idea of direction and things. But yeah, it has been helpful in the event that the community is like, why are we doing this? We know we haven't released any maps. We're still not choosing to do that at this time. At a certain point, we may choose to do that, but it's been discussed, and it really doesn't give any benefit or help because we don't have a direction or clue of where to go anyway. So everybody's pretty familiar with where the epicenter of this all occurred, and it is worldwide from that point, expanding out of where do you go. So thank you, though, for that.
No, thank you.
Everybody good? All right. Thank
These reporters, I wish they would have asked, okay, so you have footage of her wearing this pink and white hoodie. Great. Awesome. What's the timestamp on that? You know what I mean? These questions they ask, some of them, I'm just like, ask, hey, so her friend Sam says that she got a phone call from Kiely at X, Y, and Z. Do you have confirmation of that? Have you looked into that? Did that happen? Yes, it did. No, we're still looking. Okay, great. Some of these questions they ask, I'm like pulling my hair out. I'm like, I want to know these things right here. Dana, that is a question I feel like all of us want to know. It just makes me feel like they weren't really that much of friends. I feel like there possibly were, maybe I'm hearing party friends, people that maybe just when they're around each other, they're just partying. I showed yesterday how it was Meg's sister on a thread in the Facebook group commenting, and she made a comment that, Sam and Kiely weren't really, what was her wording? I want to make sure I say it correctly. Give me a second. Okay, give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing this one. You guys are gonna have to look at my mug really quick. Hold on. I just want to make sure I say it right. My dog is snoring. Does your dog snore? My dog snores. He's snoring. Give me a second. Okay, so this Meg's sister stated that she said that they were new friends, that Kiely and Sam were considered new friends and not what I would consider close at all, she says. She also said that Kiely has a very tight-knit group of friends. So I'm assuming, based off of that, I'm wondering, was Sam and Kiely maybe just party friends, or not even that? Maybe they knew of each other, maybe hung out sometimes. I don't know, but I don't really think they were close at all. And them not following each other on social media either tells me they had a falling out before, or they just weren't close enough to follow each other. And I don't care what anyone says, I'm going to stick to this one. Teenagers, when you follow each other on social media, is a big deal. When you unfollow someone, it's a huge deal. Oh my gosh. Don't get me started with that. And let me just catch up really quick to some of the comments. Let me just scroll down. And Scott, are you blue? You should be blue. I added you to, I'm so behind in the comments, you guys. Let me just get to the most, let me scroll down. John. So does my dog. Okay, so let me show you guys. Let me close this out. Do I need this? Nope, I don't need that. Hold on, let me get you guys to the timeline now. Let's talk about this timeline. Now, this is just me. I just typed it up, okay? I'm really bad at presentation shit and all of that stuff. I am not the person for all of that. I'm good at researching stuff. I can spend the man hours doing it. I love listening and reading and investigating and all that shit. But when it comes to, you know, making things look pretty, I'm not the one. I mean, yeah. All right. So I want to also say that this is not a confirmed timeline. All right. And what do I mean by that? I just mean that, you know, the only thing we got confirmed for data and a timeline right now from law enforcement is going to be the 6:08 p.m. sighting of her at the Truckee business. Law enforcement has confirmed that. And the 12:33, her phone being either shut off by somebody or it died. So those are the only two things that we've got from law enforcement that's really confirmation. I wish we can add a time in there when it comes to this hoodie. When was she seen? When is this video of her in the pink and white hoodie? I wish they can give us the timestamp of that, but they ain't giving us that. So this is not confirmed time, but this is just information that either friends have stated or her family has stated, and I just made it here. And I wanted to make this because I want to be able to go back and look at something that's just, you know, typed up that I can go back and be like, okay, this is when they said. Now, this is something that is currently, I'm still making. We're going to be adding things to it. You guys might say something in the chat that I'm like, and I'm going to write that down and I'm going to go back and include it in here. So I just want to give you guys that just big, huge disclaimer with it because I already know how people can be in chat. Well, you guys usually in chat, it's always the replay gang that likes to come for me with certain stuff. So she says her Frenchie sounds like a grown man. So does my dog. Oh my gosh. So does my dog. But he never, I don't know if it's when they get older dogs, they snore, because when he was a pup, he never snored. So let me know, does your pup snore? My dog is, let's see, my baby is, she's 12. So we got him. Yeah. So he's 12 years old in dog years. I have no idea what that is. Okay. Crazy Mama is agreeing with me about the social media. Yeah, it is a big deal, especially with teenage years. Following and not following is a big deal. There's two things with that I think, and in my opinion with that one, Crazy Mama, and you guys, you guys let me know what you guys think, but I'm going two ways with that. So she says, why do you think Sammy's inserting herself as if she was close to her? Either I feel it could be one that she's inserting herself just so much with the case, let alone, and she also, she did say that they got closer within the last few months, I believe her statement was. But I feel like she's just inserting herself either one, because maybe she's dealing with guilt. She left Kiely there, maybe. And I feel like the real reason behind everything isn't what Sammy is saying. Not necessarily saying she did something or knows something nefarious happened to Kiely, but I feel like what she's saying happened that evening isn't what went down with the whole saying goodbyes and everything like that. I just don't believe any of that. So either she feels guilt from it, so she's wanting to make up and just wanting to help now, or sometimes when people know more and are involved, they insert themselves because it's the easiest way for them to fish for information. So I don't know which one I'm leaning more towards, but it's either those two things for me at least. You're welcome, Scott. And it's just, I made you blue because you're always here for the longest time. You've been around, and it's just a sign of respect for you with my channel. I don't throw the wrench out no more to really anyone. I keep it simple, but you are here and I do appreciate you. So, all right, let me get started with this timeline, you guys. I'm going to just scroll all the way down with comments. And just so you guys know, I am a creator that watches the replay. So I do go back and look at comments because it is hard for me to look at every single thing while I'm live. So, okay. So we're going to just start off with some of this stuff. So we know that let me take that off the screen. This is your 5-minute hold. Okay, so I got about 30 more minutes. I got to be off here by 11:45, the latest. Okay, just so you know. But I'm trying to get off here by 11:30, the latest. Okay, so we know that on August 5th at 6:08 p.m., Kiely is captured on surveillance video from a local business in Truckee, California. Now, I just want to point out something that I just noticed yesterday when it comes to the post that law enforcement gave us with this. Now, they say that she was spotted on surveillance video. So they have video of it. They obviously give us a still shot, right, of this video, which is grainy and everything like that. But they said that she was spotted right at August 5th, 6:08 p.m. Now, prior to her going missing, it says Kiely was last seen wearing. Now, they're going based off of this video that law enforcement professionals have looked at and analyzed and all of that stuff, right? And I'm assuming they must have talked to mom. I'm just assuming that. But they're saying based off of the video and this is what I'm gathering based off the video they watched. They say that Kiely was last seen wearing, the black spaghetti strap bodysuit, green Dickie brand pants with a black garment belt and black Vans shoes. Now, I always thought that these were the gray Dickies, and this is something we talked about yesterday. But then Sam says, no, these are not the pants. But I'm just feeling like, I'm like sitting here when I was doing the timeline. I'm like thinking about these things that Sam says. Sam says the opposite for so much information with this case. Have you guys noticed that? It's like law enforcement says one thing and she'll say something and then it's kind of opposite than what ends up being put out. Or I don't know. So law enforcement is saying based off of the surveillance video, she was wearing X, Y, and Z at the party. But then Sam says, nope, those are not the green brand Dickie pants. I don't know. I think they are. You guys may think they're not. I think they're the green Dickie pants, but I don't know. But that just clicked in my head. Like, she's always saying the opposite. I don't know. Okay. Now at 9:45, so we've seen different times in 9:45, 10. So I should have just put between 9:45 and 10. Kiely arrives to this party near Prosser Family Campground with her friend Megs. We know Megs goes with her to the party. Based off what Sam says, Megs was not planning on going home with Kiely. But that, Meg stays for 10 minutes and she leaves with her boyfriend. The whole thing of Meg's leaving so quickly has left me with lots of questions. Why even go to a party you weren't even planning on staying at? I don't know. And I know some people could be like, well, maybe she wasn't feeling the vibe because, we did hear Meg say that, immediately she got there, she had a bunch of guys trying to get her to get drunk or whatever it may be. She felt they were coming aggressively towards her, how they were trying to get her to take bong shots or something like that. So maybe she wasn't feeling the vibe, but it just makes me wonder though, was she even planning on staying there at all? Because Sammy said that, no, they were not going to go home together. Like that was the plan already up front. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't know. But she arrives at this party somewhere between 9:45 and at 10. Now, I didn't include this in here, but I do want to talk about it. And I don't know, I might include this right here, what the tipster Ronnie said. And you guys, I'm not looking at comments right now. the tipster, we listened to that audio from the creator, Mao. I'm not even going to attempt to try to say it right now. But we listened to the creator. He had someone call in, this tipster, Ronnie, and Ronnie states that his cousin went to this party. And here's the thing. The cousins say that they seen Kiely at this party. And Ronnie's first statement was, yeah, they seen her shit face early during the day. And my first thought was, early during the day? What the fuck? They weren't there during the day. What are you talking about earlier in the day? But then Mao, he's such a good creator. He catches everything. He's like, whoa, what do you mean earlier in the day? And then he said, oh, well, no, like when he says, no, like around 8 or 9, I think it was, he says that they had seen her and she was already shit-faced. Then Mao, again, good creator, catches it and was like, hey, wait a minute. And he brings up his own timeline, I think, that he's made. And he's like, wait, but how can they have seen her at 8 or 9 when she didn't get to this party until 9:45, it's being stated. And then he's like, I don't know what his explanation for it was, but, his cousins are stating that she was shit-faced by the time they actually end up leaving, that she was stumbling everywhere. And they stated that they left around 10:30 or 11. By 10:30 or 11, that they're stating she is so shit-faced. And he says, if people try to say it nicely, no, she was shit-faced, was his own wording, that she was stumbling. And we talked about this before when we listened to that live. You guys can comment and talk about it in chat. If you are stumbling, people who drink, okay, whatever, I like to have a good time, okay? So I drink, not every day, but I drink. If I'm stumbling, I am pretty fucked up. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm fucked up. If I'm stumbling and I cannot walk, I am fucked up. So the cousins are stating that she was so fucked up at 10:30 or 11. Just keep that in your noggin, okay? I don't know if I believe that though, but that's what they're stating. Now, at 11:30 p.m., Kiely texts her mom she would be leaving the party in 45 minutes. Now, there is a video that hopefully I can play it, that I think it's on, what news station is it? I don't know, but it has the mom on there, and I think this would be the stepdad, and they're talking about the time when Kiely texted her mom, and she said that she texted her that she would be leaving the party in 45 minutes, would get her to be getting there around 12:15. And the mom stated that the reason that Kiely texted her this because Kiely knew she had to be home by 12, so it would have pushed her to being late. So Kiely was coherent. That tells me that Kiely was coherent enough and in the right mindset, at least in my opinion, to remember, like, shit, if I need to let my mom know that if I'm going to be leaving at this time, I'm going to be a little bit late. So let me text my mom and let her know that. So if you're shit-faced stumbling, are you really coherent to really text your mom and be like, hey, you know what? I'm going to be late. If I'm shit-faced, I'm not texting no one. I'm just saying. So I think that's why I'm questioning the tipster's cousins' statement of how shit-faced they say Kiely was, because again, she's coherent enough and she's, to text her mom. I don't know. So we have 11:30 p.m. She texts her mom. And I know a lot of people question, was that even her texting her mom? We talked about this before, and I played it for you guys before in a different live stream. The mom says that she believes that was her daughter. She said it. She said the way the text went and how she worded it, that's exactly how Kiely would talk. And it would make sense, she says, because she was letting her mom know she was going to be running late. The mom, in my opinion, she doesn't have doubt that that was her daughter texting. But I know a lot of people question, was that in fact her texting? Let me know if you believe it. Now at 12 a.m., this is when, is it Elsa? Did I say that correctly? I'm not even going to try to say the last name. Now, this is when someone who was at the party, they claim they saw Kiely there at 12 a.m. Okay. So this is something that I see a lot of people missing. I've seen a lot of other people talk about it, but I do still see people missing this, that there is someone who was at the party that claims they saw Kiely at the party at 12 a.m. Also at 12 a.m., Kiely tells her friend she wants to go home. And this is coming from the public information officer, Angela, the one we just seen. You guys seen her, the one that Scott says she's pretty. And I agree. She states in an interview she did that they learned that after midnight at 12 a.m. that Kiely was telling her friend she wanted to go home. And I don't know why, that just for some reason I can't seem to rack my brain, but just that statement, it bothers me for some reason. And I don't know what it is. There's something about hearing that at 12 a.m. she's telling her friend she wants to go home. Why didn't she go home then? You know, why? Was she a little intoxicated where she's like, you know what, I don't want to drive? I'm not saying she was shit-faced, but was she a little intoxicated where she's like, I don't want to drive? Was she going to get a ride with Sam? Was Sam were they supposed to get a ride together? You know, why didn't she leave at 12 a.m.? If she wanted to go home, she has a vehicle herself. Why didn't she leave at 12 a.m.? There's something there that just isn't sitting right with me. I can't put my finger on it. Now at 12:03 a.m., can you guys see that? Okay, yeah. 12:03 a.m., and I hope it's not blurry on your end. At 12:03 a.m., now this is when Kiely's cell phone location data showed at the campground per her mom checking the family's shared cell phone location. So they have, you know, some of you guys know what that is all about. You guys have that shared family location. You can track all that stuff. She checked it, and at 12:03 a.m., it showed that she was, well, let me correct what I'm saying. It showed her cell phone was at the campground at 12:03 a.m. Okay. Now we have at 12:25 a.m. Now this just always is, it doesn't sit right with me all the time. And I've said this before. Sam giving these precise times is interesting to me. It sticks out to me. 12:25 a.m. I say goodbye. Sam says that she says goodbye to Kiely. They say, I love you, and all of that stuff. They hug and all that jam stuff she says. And then we know that Sam had gotten another ride home, right? So hugging each other. I love you. I'm only going to assume you say I got another ride, because why are you saying goodbye to each other? All right. Why are you saying goodbye to each other? So Kiely's aware that Sam is going bye-bye, right? Now, again, it bugs me that the 12:25, and when you hear her say it, I don't know, it just sounds, why does it bother me? Because normally when we talk about things, normally we don't say at 1:16 I got home, you know, at 12:14 I went here. No, that's not how normally we talk when we talk about with times. Usually it's like, oh, around 1:30 I was there. I don't know, somewhere between 1 and 1:45. I don't know. But she gives exact time, and she does it too with the phone call. 12:25. To me, it just sounds scripted. But that's just my personal opinion. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. Another thing I didn't include here, which I want to see what you guys think, and that's why I'm waiting. We know that at some time it would be somewhere, I'm guessing, in this time frame. Sam says that, and I want to see what you guys say. Sam says that they go back to the vehicle, right? They're going back to the vehicle for one, because they were getting more alcohol. So it seems like Kiely had the alcohol in her car. So they were going back for more alcohol. And then Sam says that Kiely was charging her phone. But one thing Sam says is that, you know, she mentions, you know, they go back in there to get more alcohol. They go back in there because Kylie's charging her phone. And then she says something like, oh, and then, you know, she was gonna text her mom, right? And I'm wondering, is this between 11:30 with this, is this where they were in the vehicle? I didn't include it here because I wasn't sure, but I want to see what you guys say. Do you, because Sam never says a time with it. She never says, like, you know, and I'm surprised she doesn't. I wish she would, but she didn't. It would have been like at 11:31 we were in the vehicle. But I'm kind of like, I want to include it in this 11:30 because Sam did say like Kiely was going to text her mom, right? And it would make sense that, you know, if you get there around 10, you know, you go back to, you re-up, you know, your alcohol, and she wants to charge her phone. So I'm wondering if like this would be the time that, you know, she's in the vehicle with her and she's texting her mom this. Oh, Teresa says, Sammy reminds her of Lori Vallow. I agree. It would be interesting to know who gave her a ride home. Also, another thing I was just wondering if she was, because Sam says, you know, she got a different ride home because, you know, originally she had asked Kiely to give her a ride home, right, in the car. They made plans to give her, you know, it all got organized inside the vehicle when they were in there that Kiely was going to give Sam a ride home. So Sam must have thought, so at that time, she must have been okay, right? She wasn't intoxicated, because why would you ask someone who's intoxicated to give you a ride home? And I say it like that because she then switches it and says that she didn't get a ride home with her because she was intoxicated afterwards. They get out of the vehicle. There were some other friends in the vehicle, which I would be interested to know, you know, what their statements are on all of that and who were these other friends in that vehicle. But they get out of the vehicle, they kind of go their separate ways, and then I guess she sees Kiely, and then Kylie's just intoxicated where she's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a different ride. And I just wonder if you've seen her intoxicated, and this is something we can talk all day about, but you know, you see her intoxicated, why not be like, hey, bum a ride with us? But then I thought, well, I don't know where either of them live. Maybe they live in separate in different directions. I don't know. So Cassie says 12 a.m., the same time she's texting mom, she's going to stay longer. Well, she texts mom. Mom says it was at 11:30. So she texts mom at 11:30 saying she's going to stay. She's going. So let me see what she exactly says. So 11:30, she texts mom she'd be leaving the party in 45 minutes. And what the mom states is that it's because she thinks she texted her that information because it would have pushed her over. So that would mean she would get home at 12:15, the mom said. And that means that she would have been 15 minutes late. So she's letting her mom know, like, hey, I'm going to be leaving in 45 minutes. But then again, why didn't she just leave then at 12 a.m.? Why is she telling friends I want to leave? You know, I don't know. It's just, there's something there that's just, I don't know. Why not just leave then? So she would have been leaving at 12:15, and then she would have got home. Let me correct myself. She would have got home after 12:15, because I think the distance in the drive when we looked in the map was 30 minutes. I think it was 30 minutes. So she would have got home past that. Then says an after party. I mean, you know, Sam leaves the scene. And the thing I would like to know is when Sam says her goodbyes, which I even wonder if that even happened, but when Sam says her goodbyes, who was Kiely with? Who was she with? Was she just standing there by herself? You know what I mean? Who was she with? Was there anybody near her? Other friends, other schoolmates, anybody? Was there anyone standing next to her? Or was she just standing there all by herself? There could have been an after party with these adult guys there that were there supplying all these illegal substances to these kids. I mean, it seems like, they go to these parties, and it wasn't the first party. Okay. I know Sam is trying to say, our parties don't happen like that. But, we've heard I've seen other channels have other people in their chat, people saying, or they call in and they're like, I'm from that area, blah, blah, blah. And this is how it goes down. This is how these parties are. So I know Sam is trying to say like, no, but I think these parties happen all the time. I mean, the kids have a name for that area. Was it the sanctuary or something like that? So maybe they were doing an after party. Maybe someone offered to take her to the after party. Yeah, I agree, Donna. They shared pictures of an app earlier hours in the morning at a party. Lynn, are you talking about that? What was that app that Sam mentioned? What was the name of the freaking app? Can you guys comment? Oh, for the photos of, okay, I know what you're talking about. So the app timestamp was 4:30, but I think it was really 1:30. Well, remember, Sam, I need to look more into that app, because Sam was saying something like, it doesn't post it right away, or I don't know how that app works, to be honest with you. Maybe you guys can give if you know the app, you can give a little explanation. How does it work with posting? Because when you post something on Snapchat, if it goes up right then and there. But the way I got it from Sam, like, it doesn't immediately go up or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Allison says that she doesn't think Kiely texted her mom. The phone was shut off soon after. Both were, I don't know. Donna believes, so this is what Donna believes. Donna believes that that they got a ride together with someone else. She didn't seem bothered. It looks bad, the fact that she left her, and she's more interested in trying to convince people she was nowhere near her. So you believe they got a ride home. So you believe that Kiely and Sam got a ride home together? This is why I need to do a live stream where I do open panel, so you guys can come up and I can hear it. Because when it's typed out, I don't know like what you guys are meaning behind it. Okay, so Scott says, here's the thing about text messages. It's not difficult to scroll up, copy, paste, and edit the message to make it seem like it's from that person. Just saying. Really? Oh, okay. I mean, you can do so much nowadays with editing shit. So I'm going to believe you on that one, Scott. Well, the phone call, this phone call, you guys, why hasn't that been addressed? This phone call. So again, going back to the timeline really quick. So at 12:03 a.m., there's from the family shared location, her phone data shows that her phone is at the campground. So again, 12 a.m., she's telling friends she wants to leave. And then 12:03, her phone shows she's still there at the campground. I mean, her phone is still there. I got to watch how I say things. Her phone is still there. Okay. Now at 12:25, again, this is when they say their goodbyes, allegedly, Sam says. And then at 12:30 a.m., Snapchat data shows Kiely's cell phone at the campground per her mom's statement. So at 12:30, her phone per Snapchat is showing the phone is at that location still at 12:30. So at 12:30, Snapchat is showing she's at that location. So you open up your Snapchat, it would show your location. of course, if you text, if you look at a message, if you do a photo, a picture, anything like that, I feel like I would assume by now, 10 days later, oh gosh, do we even remember how it works with the data with Snapchat from the Watts case? I know we spent intensive time looking up in data and all that stuff. But I'm sorry, I hit the mic. Anyone wearing earphones? Her data would pop up though, right? Her location would pop up on there. So it's showing at 12:30 per her mom statements that Snapchat data shows her cell phone was at the campsite still. And then 3 minutes later, her phone is either shut off by somebody per the public information officer, or it died. So 3 minutes after her data showing up from Snapchat at the campground, 3 minutes later, her phone is off. Whether you believe someone turned it off or it died, it is off. It is off within 3 minutes. Then at 12:36 a.m., I know, Sam says that Kiely had called her and said, you know, if she still needed a ride, which I think we all can agree that makes no sense whatsoever. The story makes no sense. You say your goodbyes at 12:25, so that means that Kiely must have known you got another ride home, because why are you saying goodbye to her when initially you were supposed to be her ride? So you say your goodbyes at 12:25, and then she calls you minutes later and says, do you still need a ride? Now, that's the time for just the party. Now, I know you guys are commenting. Now, I need someone. What time is it? Okay, I need someone. If anyone can go on Google really quick. I tried doing this last night, and I don't know what's going on with my mind. I couldn't do it. I don't know. I think my brain is just fried. Okay, so hold on. Where is it? Gosh, my notes are. Okay, so let's look at this. And I should have put this on here for you guys, but so we have 12:25 goodbye, the goodbye between Sam and Kiely, whether you believe that happened or not. Then 12:33, the phone shut off. That's 8 minutes. 8 minutes. So from when she said her goodbye, 8 minutes later, that phone shuts off. But three minutes, though. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. What could have happened in 3 minutes, you guys? The mom is saying again, this is not confirmed by law enforcement, but the mom stated that at 12:30 a.m., Snapchat data showed Kiely's cell phone at the Prosser campground. 3 minutes later, it's off. 3 minutes she's in that water. It's not adding up to me. It's not. What's 8 minutes away though, driving wise from? So if you're at the, can someone look at, if you're at the campground and you're going, let's say she's going home, right? And what's the mom's lodge name? What's the lodge name? The lodge name. Oh my gosh. I'm not and I take lots of notes, but I'm really unorganized with them. Okay, so they run a small hotel, the Lost Trail Lodge. Okay, so from the Processor campground to go in direction of where, if anybody can do this for me, if not, I'll do it after, try it again. If you're going direction to home, so you're at the Processor campground, go home to the Lost Trail Lodge. What's 8 minutes from there? or even 3 minutes from leaving there distance-wise. I'll take the 3-minute distance-wise with it. What is literally right there? And you have all these other people leaving, right? Because remember yesterday I showed you guys the Instagram, I don't think I have a screenshot of it, the Instagram account where this guy said that at 12:30 a.m. him and his, I believe he said him and his wife were camping nearby or something like that. I think they were like a half a mile or something like that, or they were nearby where this party was. And he says that at 12:30 a.m. that there was a bunch of cars all leaving at 12:30 a.m. So I think I'm going to include that in here because, again, it's someone coming forward with information, whether you believe it or not. Law enforcement has spoken with him. He has pictures of law enforcement at his wherever he was talking. So he says that at 12:30 a.m. a bunch of cars are leaving. I need to include that because it just seems important. A bunch of cars are leaving there. So you're telling me if she crashed in the water, no one's seen? Like, do you guys see what I'm trying to say? Maybe not. Maybe I'm not making any sense. I'm just trying to think of this water theory and the time of all of it and people being there. How did no one even see this happening? I mean, it just, I can't put it together. And I probably sound so crazy right now. You guys are probably like, this chick is fucking nuts. Let me get to the comments. Hold on. Let me see. You guys are probably going to be like, this chick is fucking crazy. Yes, Matt. I just want to see a campground saw a lot of cars at 12:30 go by. Yes, Lynn, they did. Okay, so it would be going the direction of home. So it'd be the processor, they're at the campground, and then direction of going towards the Lost Trail Lodge. What's going in that direction? I'm probably not even explaining it right. I'm horrible with directions. Don't ever ask me how to even go down the street. Yeah, the campground, it did. This guy said that he's seen a lot of cars leaving at 12:30. Her phone goes here. So again, Snapchat shows her location there at 12:30. Her phone goes off at 12:33. And she's in the water. I don't know. It's not making sense. The time for me, at least, is not making sense. So everyone leaving at the same time at 12:30 is the oh shit, Karen. Yeah, I was thinking that too. And I was like thinking, okay, usually, if you think about an event you go to, whatever it may be, just think, whether it be, whatever it is, an event you go to, like a baseball event, a club even. When do you see the most activity with cars and people leaving? When it ends, right? When it ends. So all these cars leaving at 12:30, I'm wondering, you have all of these people there. Why at 12:30 was everyone like, okay, this party's ending now? I mean, 12:30 for a party ending, that's fucking early for me. I'm just getting started at 12:30 in my youngin' days, Nowadays at 12:30, I just want to be in bed. But looking up true crime, trying to solve a case. So why at 12:30 was everybody like, okay, everyone leaves there? I'm not trying to sound conspiracy, but it's just strange. And then 3 minutes later, her phone's freaking off. Not fitting for me. It's not fitting. Doc says that I'm going to assume I think something happened that made a lot of people want to leave at once. And I know a lot of people are going to say, with that many people, if something happened, somebody would be talking. We're 10 days after. If we were, maybe not so soon. Maybe people are scared. Maybe, I mean, you got to think about it too. The adults that were there, I don't think they're going to be talking. The ones that were doing illegal activities, no, they're not going to talk. they'll keep that shit quiet. I do not believe they're going to talk. One, even though law enforcement says they don't care about the minors doing any of these things, you know, these guys that are doing these things there and giving these things to the minors, I don't think they're going to talk. I'm sorry, I really, really don't. That's just my opinion. But again, if the younger ones seen something, maybe right now they're scared. They're scared. And it's very alarming that law enforcement says that adults were trying to keep, you know, the kids from talking. Who adults are these? Are these parents? Who the fuck is trying to keep these kids from talking? Like, what? I don't know. So maybe eventually someone will say something, but I don't know. Yes, exactly. Scott says, I get what you're saying. It's not impossible for her to go in the water, but there'd be visual signs. And not only visual signs, but I would just think, since when we're just talking the time frame, I would just think since there's people still there, I would just think someone would have seen something. That's just me. Or heard something. That's just me, though. And again, I 100% agree with you. There would be visual signs. Law enforcement hasn't given us even a broken fucking branch. It's a 30-minute drive, Matt. Yes, it is. But can you look? Is there a way for you to see going in the same direction, but what would be like 8 minutes down the road going in the same direction? If I don't make sense, I'll figure it out. I'm really bad at explaining directions. I feel that way too, crazy mama. I mean, are we crazy? I mean, I'm crazy crime chick, you're crazy mama. Are we just crazy? But I would just assume there would be something. No, oh, that's a good question. Does Snapchat show real time? Insanely confused. Really good question. Well, I know whenever I would post something, it shows the current time it's posted. I know when I log on, it shows when I'm on there, when someone sends any of that stuff. So I think yes, but I would have to go and read about it. But I know when I'm on there, when I've been on there, do I need to log on there now? Let me see. Hold on. What time is it? 11:27. Okay, I got like 10 minutes. Let's see. I don't want to take a picture of myself. So like right now I'm on there. So right now my phone is literally collecting data that I've logged on to Snapchat. But as what you're asking, that's a good question. Okay, so Carly says, yes, Snap can show real time. Again, it depends on your settings. Well, what's the generic settings with it all? Because I think most of us don't mess with the settings when you get on your app. I think, and I'm going to just assume a 16-year-old isn't taking the time to switch your settings around with something like that. I didn't even know you could switch your settings for that. I know. I got it. Thank you, Scott. That's why I picked Scott, because he will tell me. All right, you guys. So I'm going to wrap this up. I know I want to go longer, but I really got to take care of this today. So I'm going to, let me stop sharing that on my screen. So we're going to continue this discussion. I really want to do an open panel with you guys and just see what you guys say. I want to tweak this also, and I want to look at the map closely visually. I suck at it, but maybe someone will be on panel that's really good at it that can walk me through it. I don't know if I'll be able to go live tomorrow. Wait, tomorrow I have, it's a like parent and student. We get to walk the campus. My daughter's starting college. You guys know that. So she starts on Thursday. So tomorrow is parents are going to be able to go walk the campus, go meet the teachers, kind of like something like that. We got to get the parking stuff all in order. And I don't know if my daughter said they're having a dinner or something. I don't know. So I'm not sure what my schedule for tomorrow is going to be like. So I might not be able to come on here tomorrow. But we will pick back up if I can't come on here tomorrow, the next day. Hopefully, praying, Kiely has been found by then. I don't know. My thoughts with this are like, I don't know. But I do want to thank you guys. There's photos from 4 and people are still there. Well, no, here's the thing though. Okay, but here's the thing with that. We don't know where that photo exactly is coming from. Is it coming from the app? Did we even say what the app was? Was it called Be Real? It doesn't upload that app that Sam was talking about, and I'm going to rewatch what she says about it, and I'm going to look it up. But that app, I don't think it uploads at that moment. I don't know. I need to look at it. Yes, they did. They used dogs. So from what Sam said, and there's a video of it, and we'll watch it on the next one. You guys, what I normally do is if something sticks out to me with something I watch, I just immediately send it to my email. So then I always have it there. So there is an interview that Sam did where they actually show the campground and she's pointing to where the car is parked. She shows where Kiely actually parked and all this stuff. And then she also on the map, where it says Prosser Campground, that's not exactly where the party was. It's a little bit, I believe, downwards. I'm trying to think of the position of how I look at my map. So we'll have to look at the map and then I can show you guys. But it seems like there's the party and the cars are kind of parked nearby based off of what Sam was saying. Curious if it was even her who texted her mom. All right, you guys, I gotta go. I wish I can go through all the comments right now, but I really need to go for this one. But hey, Roxanne, but I do want to thank you guys for tuning in for this one. We'll continue this discussion and all that on a different live stream. But I do want to just thank you guys for being here with me and talking this case and just trying to figure out what exactly happened. The time for this case, the timing of everything that's been put out, I think is so important. And not all cases I feel like that, but with this one, it's a 3-minute window. It's an 8-minute window. So I don't know what can have happened, but we'll continue this discussion. So I don't want to leave you guys on a bad note. So I hope something good happens to you today. Today again is only Tuesday. We got a long way to the weekend. But again, thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys now have hit like, please on your way out, hit like for me. I truly appreciate it. And like always, thank you guys for being here and stay blessed and stay grinding. Bye.